What's up, Giants fans, Hub watchers, YouTube and Rumble subscribers, Twitter and Instagram followers? It's Kush back at it again with another New York Giants update video. Now, real quick, man, the camera and lighting, bro, it makes it look as if I got no beard, complete baby face. I just trimmed it. That's it. But like the lighting makes it seem like there's almost nothing there. That's kind of funny. But guys, I was not able to make a vid yesterday. Apologize for that. There were a couple updates that I will talk about regarding the New York Giants in this video. We had a mock draft live stream this past Sunday. Should be another one coming this Sunday. I'm going to try and have one actually every single Sunday until the draft comes up. One of the reasons for that is because unfortunately I'm so strapped for time right now. I don't even know if I'll be able to make another mock draft video like I did with my first round. I mean, I'm 7th round mock draft 1.0, and I'm really kind of saddened by that because I enjoy making those videos. I put a lot of work into them, and I personally think that they are my best productions on the channel, but I'm very busy with schoolwork, actual work, and just a lot of things. So apologize for that, but I don't think it'll be happening. Let's get into the Giants news, though. I don't want to spend too much time talking about things that aren't related to the New York Giants. Yesterday, Will Hernandez, it's kind of funny, it happened at the same time. So Will Hernandez is officially not coming back to the Giants. He signed with the Arizona Cardinals, going to be a guard there for them. And then we signed the guard that he's replacing. We signed Max Garcia, an Arizona Cardinals guard. It's almost like a trade happened. Like a lot of the recent signings, contract details are not out, but we could safely assume that this is yet another cheap veteran contract, and that's the way the Giants have been going all offseason, specifically with the offensive line. We now have 3 or 4 veterans that have starting experience to be on this line. Now, I do think that Max Garcia is going to end up being depth. I don't necessarily think he's a guy that we signed to be a starter. As of this moment, I still see 2 legit, really good starters on the line. That's Andrew Thomas, the obvious one, and Mark Lewinsky, the guard from the Colts. John Feliciano is a good lineman. I'm just not sure. I really am kind of worried about how he's going to do at center. I can't lie to you guys. So I think he would be a fine starter if he's at guard. We'll have to see how he does at center. But so we still have, at least starting wise, 2 more positions to fill, being right tackle and left guard. But depth-wise, the Giants are much improved because you have a guy in Max Garcia that started 11 games for the Cardinals last year. He was, I want to say, at best average. I mean, it's really hard to judge this guy. I feel like we got, in terms of talent and in terms of how good they are, a very similar player to Will Hernandez, because I was looking at Cardinals reactions, or Cardinals fans' reactions to them signing Will Hernandez, and they were extremely happy. It seems like Max Garcia, once again, same level of performance or similar level of performance, because they were very happy to get Will Hernandez. So take that as you will, judge that as you will, Giants fans, but I think he's going to be good depth, just like how I think Shane Lemieux is good depth, just like how I think Matt Gano is good depth. I feel like the depth is much improved in this offensive line, which is something that I'm glad we're addressing. You can't just go out there and get starters and expect the entire unit to be good as a whole. One injury goes, and then bam, we're back to where we were last year. In other news for the Giants, we're going to talk about James Bradberry first with the trades, because this was kind of the one that's been circulating the most yesterday. 3 teams total, I should say, are interested in trading for James Bradberry. We already know of one of them, the Kansas City Chiefs, that, like, I was even talking about them in my video on Friday. Now a new suitor, the Indianapolis Colts, which makes a lot of sense. They did send Rock Ya-Sin, who I believe was their #1 corner, to the Vegas Raiders. So unless they replace him in the draft, which they could do, but they have like very little picks. I don't think they have a 1st or 2nd round pick. I'll have to double check on that. It will be hard to replace him in the 3rd round. And considering around what we're asking for James Bradberry, or around what a lot of people are reporting is going to be the price of James Bradberry, if we could get a 3rd round pick from the Indianapolis Colts, I'd do it. And then, of course, there is the Houston Texans, definitely a new suitor. Did not expect them at all to be somebody interested in Bradberry, and they have a good amount of picks. So we'll see where the Giants go with this. There was a report that said that expect Bradberry to be traded soon. I honestly don't believe it, because I've seen so many of those reports over the past couple of weeks. I'm becoming more and more convinced that he's going to get moved on draft day, and until something happens earlier, that is what I'm going to choose to believe. You know what I'm saying? But the update isn't even necessarily on those teams. It's on the fact that Joe Schoen would like to keep James Bradberry, which I'm kind of very happy to hear. You guys know how I feel personally about James, I would love to keep him. I believe he's been a stud cornerback for us. I do believe that he is a top 10 talent in the NFL at his position. And if there is a way to keep him, and if the coaching staff wants to keep him, like I was saying last week with Wink Martindale, then we should try our best to keep him. This is what Schoen had to say with it, though. He's a good corner who was a Pro Bowler 2 years ago in 2020, and he's 28 years old and can still play at a high level, and he's on our roster, Schoen said of Bradberry. People have called about certain players, and people have value. Again, like I said, he's 28 years old. He's 2 years removed from a Pro Bowl season. He's still a high-caliber corner. By the way, guys, this is per Giants Wire, so shout out to them. Shout out to them for, having this report up here. If it's the right offer and if it makes sense for the New York Giants, then I've got to consider it. A last resort is converting and restructuring contracts. So there's a way we could get creative if we need to. Personally, I would say please get creative. Please keep him on here. But I'll trust whatever decision they'll make. It doesn't necessarily hurt. I guess it's just a hard pill to swallow, but I'll trust whatever decision they make on the Bradberry trade situation here. The Giants don't want to trade the 28-year-old former Pro Bowler if they don't have to, but they almost have to. They're barely under the league's $208.6 million salary cap, and Bradberry is the only contract on their roster they can terminate or renegotiate that will provide them the much-needed salary cap to operate this season. So yeah, I mean, we all know the rundown of it. I'm not going to spend too much more time on it. It's just that I want him to stay. It seems like Schoen would be open to him staying. If they can make it happen, man. And then finally, a Saquon Barkley, a little bit of quotes on Saquon Barkley by Joe Schoen once again dealing with the trade thing, the trade rumors of Saquon. Last month, he said at the NFL Scouting Combine that he's open to everything when asked about the possibility of trading Barkley. But then now there's a little bit of follow-up where he says that was taken a little bit out of context at the Combine. Schoen said Monday at the NFL's owners' meetings, "I have not called one team on Saquon Barkley. Everybody ran with that from the Combine. I said I would listen if people called on any players. I would be irresponsible if I didn't. That doesn't mean I'm going to do every deal." Asked if he's received any calls about Barkley, Schoen said, "I've gotten a few calls about a few of our players, and he's one where a couple of teams have reached out." We're not surprised there. We know the talent that this man Saquon puts on the field when healthy. And Saquon has been a trade candidate, not only because of the the cap situation, because he would relieve some. I don't think it would be smart to trade him. I don't think he's not nearly a contract with Bradberry's where I'd be like, all right, let's get this guy out of here. But another reason, of course, is a lot of fans feel like he's been too injury prone. Another quote here from New York Post. It says, "We've got an offensive head coach," Schoen said, smiling. "He likes to have as many weapons and toys as he had." And I don't want to make this into a Saquon Barkley hype video or anything, but I personally believe that with the way they've been addressing the O-line, I got faith that they could definitely put out a better offensive line than we had over the past couple years there on the field, especially if we draft somebody with a premium pick. I would argue this might be the best offensive line that Saquon ever had, with definitely the best offensive coaching staff that he had, or the mind in Brian Dable and Mike Kafka. He might end up, if, and then this is going to be up to his body, really, if he stays healthy, he could end up having the best season of his career or close to the best season of his career. And that's honestly something where I'm just like, I feel like we should take the chance on it. These quotes kind of coming at the same time. They both came at the NFL owners meetings, and both of them with a trade situation, both of them saying, I'm not necessarily sure if I want to trade our players. It does make me wonder if he's, kind of playing a little bit of 4D chess here to up their trade value. It makes you wonder if he's saying this and getting these quotes out there so the team's interested, for example, in the James Bradberry trade with the Colts, Chiefs, and Texans. They hear that, oh, maybe, I'm having a little bit of cold feet, or maybe I rethunk the situation and I want to keep this premium corner. Maybe he's just trying to get another pick out of them or a higher value pick, and the same thing for Saquon Barkley. It's something that I need to throw out there that we need to entertain the thought of, because it's a legitimate tactic, so to speak. But you guys put your thoughts down below. Let me know what you think, whether it's that he's kind of playing a little bit of chess, or if he just legitimately feels this way about the players, or both. I mean, in all honesty with y'all, it could be both. Put your thoughts down below. Let me know what you think. Don't forget, tonight is the call-in stream, so make sure you tune in and call in for that. Like, share, subscribe, and I'm out. Hey guys, thanks for watching. Thank you for checking out my channel, The Hub, here on Giants YouTube. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you hear every time I put out a video. Like it, share, and subscribe, and I'm out.